Welcome to Notebook. Have you watched the news lately? One of the most common news you will see is of people demonstrating in places with a set of demands. This is because they feel either they or a group of people need justice. In this session, we shall be discussing the principles of justice and how it has evolved over time. We will talk about distributive justice and why is fair and just society important for all. When we need justice, we think of justice for others also. So it is concerned with the public life of citizens.
Justice in ancient India meant a just social order called dharma. This was primary duty of kings. For Confucius in China, justice meant to punish the wrongdoers and rewarding the virtuous by the king. The well-being of an individual and giving them their due by a ruler or government is social justice.
Now we look into the discussion of Socrates and Plato on justice and understand a bit more in details.
Plato in his book, The Republic, discussed the idea of justice. The book contains dialogue between Socrates and his students. And let us see the main points of the conversation. The students felt that the people who were unjust and cunning twisted laws to observe wealth. Socrates reminds that if all were unjust, then no one would be able to benefit from injustice. Justice means the well-being of all people and giving each person his or her due share. For instance, it is the responsibility of a just government to look after the well-being of its people.
Let us now understand the concept of equal treatment.
Say, two people performing same volume of work get same reward irrespective of their caste, class, gender, etc. reflects equal treatment for equals. In liberal democracies, civil rights like right to life, liberty and property, political rights like right to vote, right to petition, etc. ensures treating equals equally. People must be judged on the basis of their work and actions and not on the basis of the group to which they belong. For example, paying a male laborer more than a woman laborer for performing same work is against the principle of treating equals equally.
Say, a policeman and a doctor get different rewards because of their different work and effort or skills. This can be regarded as proportionate justice.
When the principle of equality is balanced with the principle of proportionality, then the justice is right. People would accept rewards given for different work differently, taking into account person's effort, skills, and possible dangers of work and so on.
Now, we look into the recognition of special needs.
For instance, government providing reservation in educational institutions, jobs, etc., and other social benefits to the backward classes or to the disabled in order to promote social justice. The principle of taking account of the special need of people while distributing rewards and duties is the third principle in justice. Physical disabilities, age, or lack of access to education and healthcare are grounds for special treatment. It does not contradict the principle of equal treatment. It widens the scope for unequal needy people so that they are treated differently. Next, we look into just distribution.
Government abolished casteism for social equality, allowing access to water, jobs, temples, parks, etc. to all to demonstrate that everyone has access and are treated equally.
Social justice must concern with equality of life conditions and opportunities, along with people be treated equally in terms of the law and policies of the society. For example, the Constitution abolished the practice of untouchability to promote social equality. Just distribution of goods and services is important between nations and for groups and individuals within a country. Justice is when resources are distributed and equal access to education, jobs is ensured for lower caste and backward people. Next, we look into John Rawls' theory of justice.
John Rawls was an American moral and political philosopher in the liberal tradition. He developed his concept of justice in his book, A Theory of Justice.
Rawls emphasizes on wheel of ignorance, position in which individuals are not aware of their class position or social status, so they support decision about the rules and organizations of future society which would be fair to all the members. The theory expects people to be their rational selves and think from a position of worst off. He emphasizes on the principle of justice as fairness. Such fairness would be the outcome of rational action, not benevolence or generosity.
A just society is one that can provide for healthy and secure lives so as to develop talents and also equal opportunities to allow citizens to pursue interests.
Various methods of calculating the basic needs of people have been devised by different governments and by international organizations like the World Health Organization. Basic amount of nourishment needed to remain healthy, housing, supply of clean drinking water, education, and a minimum wage would constitute certain basic conditions. In India, there exists a debate whether competition through free market should be encouraged or government should take responsibility of providing basic requirements to the poor.
Let us now understand a bit more about free market and state intervention.
A free market is a system in which the prices for goods and services are self-regulated by the open market and by consumers. In an idealized free market economy, prices for goods and services are set freely by the forces of supply and demand and are allowed to reach their point of equilibrium without intervention by government policy. Free market rationalists suggest that if a nation's markets are left free of state interference, then market transactions determine fair distribution of benefits and duties to society. Free market rewards skills and competence and would benefit as the skill improves for majority of people. Free market also provides more choices for consumers than other systems. Higher quality service is also present for most products in a free market. A drawback of free market is that it would favor the privileged and get a higher cost for products and services.
Let us now summarize our learnings. Justice means giving due and equal consideration to each and every person. Socrates argues that if all people are unjust in a society, then no one would be able to secure from injustice. It was considered that equal rights and equal treatment for all people is correct interpretation for social justice. Proportionate justice is rewards given for different work differently, taking into account person's efforts, skill, and dangers, if any. Physical disabilities, age, or lack of access to good education or healthcare are some reasons for justice to special needs. A just distribution concerns equality of life conditions and opportunities. John Rawls provided wheel of ignorance where the individual does not know his position, own resources, and decide the best allocation in just manner. If a nation's market are left free of state interference, then it is regarded as a free market. This brings us to the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed the topic on social justice.